The XRP finish line is in sight, the pathway is clear, and we are heading rapidly in that direction. Folks, in this update, I'm going to talk about how XRP takes out that #1 spot and finishes this story once and for all. XRP taking out not just Ethereum, but also taking out Bitcoin, dethroning Bitcoin, and being rightfully placed in that #1 spot for the digital asset space. We just got an update from the bearable guy 123, the riddles, the cartoons. Some people believe in this like it's the gospel. Other people think it's the craziest thing ever. What I'm excited about is that people are talking about XRP. And I'm telling you right now that all of these other crypto communities wished they had a story to go alongside their digital asset like we do here with XRP. Not only did we defeat the SEC, we have basically overthrown the entire financial system with a new paradigm, a new way of moving money as fast as we send email. This internet of value is here before us. Obviously, XRP not going to have all of the money. Not every last dollar is going to flow on XRP, but we've prepared our ledger to scale up to handle as much liquidity as we need to move through it. And I believe that in the end, the finish line, the XRP finish line that I titled this episode, we conclude this race, we conclude this story with XRP coming in at that #1 spot and taking out Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it, folks. And by the way, it is Christmas Eve. Hope you're having a fantastic time with friends, family, loved ones. We're getting ready to head off to the family function, so I'm going to get this update out right away. Brad Garlinghouse summarized where we're at really well in this post that he put out on November 7, 2024, right after Trump was elected. He says, I've shared some thoughts on what the Trump administration could mean for crypto and wanted to also recognize the XRP family's patience and unwavering support. We persevered, didn't we? A lot has happened since XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. It's been, at times, a frustrating journey. 6 years since the SEC started meddling in the crypto market, picking winners and losers. 4 years since the SEC sued Ripple, and now finally we see a light at the end of the tunnel as these external and frankly unnatural and manipulative market factors fade. The tides are shifting, headwinds are turning to tailwinds, and the opportunity for those of us who believe in the future for XRP is enormous. Now, the tides are shifting, headwinds are turning to tailwinds, and the opportunity for those of us who believe in the future of XRP is enormous. That summarizes where we're at right now, right? We had those, the tides are shifting, headwinds working against us are now turning to tailwinds, and the momentum that we have now is going to carry us all the way till we make landfall and we finish off this great journey. Now, the post here that we saw here from Bearable Guy 123 dropped with the yeehaw, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now, first off, this apparently comes from actually out of Washington, tribal native tribes. This is a saying for them, I guess the way that this was spelt. So I don't know, but they said I saw somebody post that this is actually from a Salishan tribe up here in Washington state, kind of in my neck of the woods. And so that's interesting. I mean, there's a lot to unpack in this picture. I'm not going to go through it all. Once again, I'm just glad that we got this. This is what makes our community, this is what makes our family so strong, so interesting, right? This story is the most interesting story in all of cryptocurrency. And it does not end with XRP just going to a few bucks. I'll tell you that right now. Now, in this picture, we can zoom in here a little bit on the full picture here. You can see what we're working with. We got the knight here. We got the bear on this horse. We got the green books, that referring to regulation laws on this horse, right? We heading in, we got the gold path, and in the middle of the gold path there's a little oyster. There. The world is our oyster, right? We got the purple path that takes us to the castle, and then we got the green path that leads to nowhere. Now, Vet noticed here that we did take the crown, and the crown no longer has any cracks in it. Now, that's a reference to the crown and the cracks that we saw in previous post before. XRP Drop says, the great journey comes to an end. And he shares this picture right here, which has all of the pictures here from Bearable Guy, right? All of the pictures here from Bearable Guy put together. And now we get the final picture here today. Now, this guy right here, Norder Tor, says, first they're in the castle, building the XRP ledger in a safe place, away from prying eyes. while the knight is keeping out the bankers, the king and the hidden hand. Then they're in the greenhouse. The XRP ledger is out in the wild, being used and developed, nurtured in public for all to see. The knight is still keeping out the king. Then they're on the ship, riding on the ocean of the global market in the open air, sails to the wind. The knight charting their course to the king. That sounds exactly like that Brad Garlinghouse quote that I just read off, right? The tides have shifted. Now they've made landfall. The knight has stolen the king's crown, and they are charging the gates of the castle with nothing left to stop them. Quite a story playing out here. I thought that was a pretty good summary. Now, this is the Bearable Guy 123, the original post here on Reddit with the castle image. You can see that right here. Now, in the original castle image, XRP's at the top with Bitcoin and USD, the bear, the jester right there. You got the king, you got the knight, and then you got this hand, the suit, the hidden hand down here as well too. Now, it's not the full image, but just wanted to pull that up. Then we got the Lodestar update that came, Lodestar 3 update that dropped December 16, 2019. And then in 2020, we started to get a series of more pictures coming out here. This was dropped April 12th, 2023 right here. I want to make sure you guys can get a full visual on that. So this is our boat, Perseverance, and you got the knight there. You got the king on a little iceberg that's melting. You got the bear guiding us from the top. Okay, a little smiley face. This one dropped the day after the lawsuit right here. This post right here in the castle with the knight. We got these guys coming in, trying to come in. We got the hidden hand once again. We got the bear chipping away here. And we got the king outside of the castle looking in. Okay. We're, just looking at what's all here, right? Interesting stuff. Then came out this post 1 year after the lawsuit was filed, December 24th, 2021. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Very interesting times are coming. Absolutely. Now, this is the bear roasting his marshmallow. Has the stocking stuff there. The Christmas tree. Got a little rocket ship over here. And the king is once again outside looking in. Now, also on the mantle of the fireplace is the carousel. And that carousel, I'm going to show you a little connection back to that here later. Which Bearable Guy did post this. Happy Carousel Day. Give them hell, John Deaton. And that's the thing, guys. With this whole thing, just the fact that somebody took the time to put this all together means something, right? There's a there. Why would somebody put all of this effort, all this time for XRP to just fizzle out, die out, not really become anything, not really shake anything up? We end up losing to the king. We end up losing. No, there's something here, right? And so back to it. We got this post that was dropped on December 23rd, 2022. So this was just 2 years now into the lawsuit. We get another update at the poker table. A lot of folks thought that this was Jeremy Hogan here in this picture. With that does kind of look like Jeremy Hogan. Okay, but we got the bear. They're all playing a little bit of poker. And we got the bell up top too. We got the Perseverance boat in the back. Little clock on the wall. Notice that. Also notice the rug too. David Schwartz just posted a rug the other day too. Then we came into the greenhouse, and that was last year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the bear. 2024. We were heading into 2024, just tending to our garden, knowing that we were about to come out of this bear market, knowing that we were still fighting, still resisting the king, still fighting, but we got our sunflower here. Still working, still building, still growing, sun still shining. Okay. And then today we get the final image, which to me looks like the completion of our story here. We got the ship about to make landfall. We got this one right here. And this knight right here is riding on the horse with the unicorn, the purple unicorn. And that's the exact one from the carousel. Now, Seeker right here, 3131, also points out that the white flag surrender and the wind is blowing both USDC and Bitcoin right into XRP. So in the original post here, actually, the original post, there was no white flag. We finally have a white flag from the hidden hand is now sticking out a white flag from the castle, giving up. And in the original castle picture, USD, I think, well, let me go back to it. Where was that original castle picture? The original castle picture right here. The Bitcoin was facing in and the US dollar was facing out. Okay? Now they flipped sides and they're both facing in. You know, is that some sort of message that we're about to be soaking up that liquidity from Bitcoin? Obviously, with Ripple's stablecoin US dollar now going live, we're getting liquidity from US dollars, obviously. So, you know, we see that one taking place as well. It's just interesting because, like I said, there's something going on here. Whoever this was, XRP Drops puts this out. These riddles can only come from the pen of a cryptographic genius who meticulously depicts the triumph of the XRP ledger and XRP in pictures over the years. Everything is connected to everything. Even the community is united in the common reasoning of this masterpiece. It has given me joy and confidence for years. 1,000 thanks for that, Bearable Guy. And he's showing here that the carousel has the horse there with the purple. That's the one that the knight is now riding in, heading towards the castle. Now, many people have suggested that the knight is Brad Garlinghouse. Other people suggesting that the unicorn, almost this horse, right, with the unicorn, purple unicorn, maybe that is a representation of the company Ripple, right? A unicorn startup about to go public in 2025. Yeah. And now there's serious problems facing Bitcoin and Tether, these other stable coins. And this space is growing so quickly that none of them even have to go down. But I wanted to show you this in regards to Bitcoin liquidity coming over, as far as Tether having some problems, and now RLUSD is ready to replace it. Russia just announced a 6-year ban on cryptocurrency mining, citing energy shortages. So we have significant headwinds facing Bitcoin still, facing Tether, being delisted in Europe as Micah goes live over there. And so it's like we're finally in the clear, right? Whether you believe in the riddles and all that stuff or not, whether you believe that we're the XRP family riding on the ship Perseverance with Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz piloting us, is David the bear and Brad Garlinghouse is the knight. I also wonder Arthur Brito too, right? The whole thing about this XRP story, there's so much here to unpack. You know, who is Arthur Brito? Why is he so anonymous? Why is he so hidden? You know, is he Bearable Guy? Who knows, right? Is he Satoshi? Is he one of the Satoshis? Along with David Schwartz? In fact, I was just listening to that interview that Brad Garlinghouse did on eToro the other day. I think it was like a week or so ago. It was the day before RLUSD went live. And he was talking about how this revolution with digital assets is the same thing as the internet. Many people didn't think that the internet was really a thing till the 90s or the 2000s, when they were already seeing iterations that had been worked on for decades. He said that really the internet was a Department of Defense, DARPA operation, NSA, David Schwartz, 1988 patent. Remember that one? Yeah. So this is a defense operation, military operation going back to the 70s and 80s. And then the internet was finally presented to us, the people, in the 90s into the early 2000s. In similar fashion with digital assets, we know that the Ripple ledger was being worked on in 2004 by Ryan Fugger. We know that David Schwartz was working on DLT technology and patenting it back in the 80s. We also know that he worked for a contractor working for the NSA. So, and then we just don't know who Arthur Brito is, like who he is, where he came from, where he's at now. Nobody knows. So it's just, this whole story's wrapped in mystery. You got conflict, obviously. I mean, we have everything that you need to tell the best story ever. All we're waiting now for is for us to finally achieve the finish line, which I know what you're all waiting for. Nobody's going to care about the bears, the riddles, and the XRP family and the XRP community if this thing doesn't go do something, right? If we don't go see some performance. But take a look at the last, 2 months. Excuse me. Take a look at the last month and a half. Since Trump got elected, since the new Trump reality set back in on what has happened to XRP, and just look at the headwinds facing the rest of the space, Bitcoin, Tether, Ethereum, all of the rest. They're facing significant headwinds. And now it's not just that our, passageway is clear and safe. No, we have tailwinds now behind us, pushing us with massive momentum. And we see that the landfall is in sight for the ship. We see that the pathway is clear to the castle. XRP will be on top. And I think that that's where the XRP finish line, that's where this story ends. I don't think that it happens this bull run. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think that it happens in 2025. Now, I'm not going to say that it can't happen. I'm not going to say that it's impossible. For the market cap bros who don't think it's possible, need to go watch my video that I dropped yesterday. I got really good feedback on that yesterday. If you didn't see it, we dispelled the market cap myth with XRP yesterday. And I actually used an example of Bitcoin and XRP to prove how market cap is just a figment of your imagination. And it absolutely is not an inhibitor on XRP's price and the ability for XRP to flip Bitcoin. But for me, this story ends with XRP on the top. And if that happens this bull run, God bless it. That's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have a lot of money, a lot of wealth, and we'll be busy. If it doesn't happen this bull run, that's fine. I mean, just heading in that direction is going to be nice. I mean, we already have. I know folks want to see us at $20 and they want to see us flip Bitcoin now. Okay, we're heading in that direction. And once again, take a look around at these waters. We are in the smoothest sailing waters with a current flowing behind us, winds behind us, while the rest of the space is heading into a Category 5 hurricane. And the rest of the financial system's heading into that same global margin call. And yeah, XRP's price could temporarily take a hit during this moment, but we're going to come out on the other side of this thing better positioned than anybody in the space, not just for XRP, but for the company Ripple as well. By the way, I'm now hearing reports that Ripple, I asked the question yesterday, is there a Ripple equity supply shock? We've talked about the XRP supply shock, but what about Ripple equity? So I haven't checked Link2 recently, but somebody said that the Link2 valuation when it was last offered at like 7 or 8 billion. And I said, I'm not seeing any more. So are we facing a supply shock on Ripple stock? Somebody said that the new valuation is upwards of 17 or 18 million on Link2. I'm gonna have to check that out. But the setup couldn't be better for XRP, and the competitive advantage that Ripple has heading into 2025 is unmatched. Now, like I said, whether you want to believe in the riddles and the bears, doesn't matter. Whether you want to believe in the memes on the XRP ledger, doesn't matter. What matters is attention. That's what all this is about. That's why the memes are so dang popular, because we run on an attention economy. And that's probably the most valuable commodity on this planet is attention. And so the fact that people are talking about XRP, whether it be memes, whether it be bears, whether it be Brad Garlinghouse on 60 Minutes, and me telling my Grammy that she needs to go check it out. We got eyeballs, we got attention, we got momentum, we got tailwinds behind us. I'm just sitting here reflecting on the historical year that we had, but just even more excited for what we have building in towards 2025, guys. This is exactly where we want to be at. This is exactly where you want to be. Whether you like the memes, whether you like the bear, doesn't matter. You're going to love what happens to XRP price action in 2025. And I hope that you love my channel. I hope that you love the content that we're putting out. I'm wishing all of you guys a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. Hope you are having a fantastic time out there. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Help me out by liking it, sharing it out far and wide. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Christmas Day. God bless all of you guys. Thank you so much. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.